Hey, what's up, guys? It's K Cola.
It's Marcel.
And Austin.
And today we have a special guest, my friend Lucc. And we are talking about toxic masculinity and what feminine energy or a woman can do.
To help us, to save us.
To help. I mean, to save us, shit. I need to be saved from this toxic masculinity. Just a little background about my friend here. We met through our mutual friend Problem, who's a rapper. Lucc is an amazing lyricist, activist, Instagram comedian. One of my great debaters. We're always going back and forth, but it's always all love. So I'm very happy to have him here.
Thanks for having me
today.
I ain't no idol, I'm a lighthouse, I set everybody free.
So Lucc, talk to us about toxic masculinity. What do you feel it is? And do you have toxic masculinity?
I think for the most part, if we're talking about toxic masculinity, people here attach that to men. They are, that's the I don't want to say the narrative, like it's not true or not. It depends on how you look at it, but we all go through our times where we are weak. Some people say how you operate in your lower self.
Lower vibration.
Yeah, lower vibrations, right? And you tend to lash out. It was mostly because of how we were learned, what we learned behavior, how we were brought up, the ways you were brought up, and different things you saw and then aspire to be. You know what I mean?
Let's not rush past that because that's super important.
Well, it is, because how I grew up like most of my friends I came up with in the hood and in Watts, and the things you learned, what I learned coming up, it was the war between how my mom was raising me and what was going on outside, and my mom was really a huge part of why I said no to most shit. And then my friends were why I said yes to the other little things. Like, you know what I mean? So I always knew that I never went to gangbang because of the things my mom told me. My mom was kind of like bringing me up. She was the kind to keep it like all the way real. I remember as young as she used to walk me and my brother to school, she would hold our hands. That's how young we were, elementary. And she would tell us how she came up doing drugs. She told us the drugs she used to do, how she would party, lessons she learned, shit that happened with men that was not supposed to happen, and all these things. And from early on, it was because a lot of times people make the mistake of you try to hide so many things from your kid, but you understand your kids are smarter than you think they are.
They're gonna find out either way. So why not come from
exactly.
Like when I have children, I want to do that. I want to be completely honest. Like, look, let me tell you what's the real tea is about everything, and be able to protect yourself because kids are gonna want to
because your kids gonna be taught one way or the other, either by you or by everything else. So that I learned a lot from her, and I trusted her, and so when I was faced with things outside, for example, I'm jumping, but for example, so I would Hillcrest Elementary School. I went to Hillcrest, and in the third, fourth grade, the cops used to come by and do the DARE programs, right?
Yeah.
And they would show the little posters and things, right?
Yeah.
And they would show us drugs on the poster. And I'm the only one in class, or one of the few in class, like, I've seen all that this weekend.
Ooh.
Like, I'm talking about third and fourth grade. Like, my friends do that. Now, I'm not talking, but I'm just saying, like, that's crack.
Right.
That's weed. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm thinking it's a normal thing, though.
Right, yeah.
Now, I didn't use it because of also what my mom taught me. You know what I mean? I was afraid. And I think people make the mistake of, which go back to toxic masculinity, not being afraid to say when you are afraid. You know what I mean? You have to come to grips with that, and people will respect you for that. People always, you worry about what people feel and how they're gonna perceive you, but sometimes you gotta be like, look, I don't wanna go to jail. I don't want to kill this person. I don't want to kill this person because I'm not a murderer.
Right.
And I don't want to go to jail because I'm scared as shit.
Right.
And I don't want to do drugs. I don't want to sell drugs or do drugs because I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And your friends they might laugh, but at the same time they respect you because you gave them you off top. So I missed a lot of stuff just by keeping it real with myself.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So the toxic masculinity part was the other times I tried to prove or use the finesse. Whether it was to get, you can curse your name, right?
Yeah, okay. The fuck?
Okay, right, okay. You have to make sure. But how I would use in other ways, like I use toxic masculinity, how I would deal with females.
Okay.
Right.
Because I've always been a poet at heart. So the way I use words, as I'm sure Keikola can attest to, the way she used words is kind of like off the top, the most witty, flyest shit you can say, just natural flows. So I would use that with women.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would tell women some of the flyest shit, but I was just the average nigga doing nigga shit. You know what I mean? But it sounds poetic and it sounds good and it's convincing as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of like knew that was a power of mine.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I didn't know. I knew that I used to have a saying, this saying it wasn't too long ago. I used to have a saying when I was like 30. I'll be 40 this year.
Oh wow.
Congrats.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'll have the saying where I say if I talk to any girl, if any girl allows me the chance to talk to her for a long period of time, I can't fuck. That was my thing. If I was on that, right?
What?
If I could talk to any girl for a long amount of time, one on one,
Meaning
if
he could
if
finesse
she
any
listened to me,
girl
if she listened to
with
me,
his words.
I can fuck.
Okay.
But this is the thing though. So it wasn't me being the rapper poet finesse. It's just because I always understood I had what a lot of men was missing and wasn't giving women. That was the tension. I'm a great listener. The problem with some of my relationships is I got so many friends that are homegirls. Like like to every homeboy, I got 100 girlfriends that are really just friends. I've never had sex with.
Like me.
Really.
We're really just
like
friends.
I really can talk to her. My
Yeah.
girl knows I have a friend named Keikola. I talk to her about all kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I can talk to her literally about anything.
Yeah.
And I'm a great listener. I always got good advice for women when they're going through things, and I know how to be unbiased when it comes to dealing with nigga shit, when they're dealing with dudes. So talking to women, it can be a relief for them when somebody is paying attention and they and it's just kind of, because attraction happens, a lot of times people don't understand, attraction happens all over the place. So you may have a type, but that doesn't matter when you meet this type of person, because he may be funny. You think he's so funny, now he's attractive.
Ooh, that's
That is very true.
You know what I mean?
And you know who you are. Fuck you.
But yeah, so really just to just kind of wrap that up. So yeah, I knew early on what my powers were and what they weren't, and I used it to finesse everything, whether I lied to get out of something or into something, whether it was with women sometime here and there, because I always felt like, well, I mean, we'll end up talking about this later, I'm sure, but I remember I talked to you about something that just happened with me and my lady last year, and I went through some big shit, and it was the first time in my life I felt like a piece of shit.
Okay.
Even though this is the stuff I did all the time.
Right.
So you were saying that you were finally able to grow as a man.
I finally saw myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
ooh,
So
that's
so let's
amazing.
get into that.
I
Can
love
we
that.
ever tell you about yourself? Like, can we ever come to you guys and say, you're doing this is not right, you're hurting me, and that be received and you guys want to change? Or was there something that it clicked for you on your own, or like what?
I had to have something in my life that I wasn't willing to lose. And Chaz, which my girlfriend named Chastity, Chaz was that thing. She was that person that I was faced with, it's about to be over. And all that fly shit, all that shit you were on and the line and all things, none of it matters, because you're about to, I explained to her, you're about to lose an arm or a leg. And so, in your mind, you just like, okay, what do I do? How do I fix it? And this can't happen again. The other times, I never really got caught for anything, but I didn't feel bad. I didn't. I mean, I never was confronted about cheating.
Yeah.
A girl never went through my phone. I never went through that. So it wasn't a thing, but I also knew what was going on, but I didn't feel too bad about it, because I was living how I was living, and it was kind of like, the thing about a finesser is you can finesse yourself.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
You can
So-
lie to yourself.
Yeah, you can lie to yourself. So I told myself that I'm still a good dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
That
Like, you
Because-
just forget about the bad shit. You're like, no, I still have other good
Trying to, like,
things.
look
I'll
at
be
you.
okay.
deeper than that, you don't forget about the bad shit, I know
just
exactly
don't
what I was
think it's that
doing.
bad.
Well,
pick and
you
choose.
just
compare, you do the
Yeah,
list.
you pick and choose. You're like, oh, this is okay because I did that.
I
but-
do this, and this good, so me fucking up a little bit over here, it's okay.
Right.
Let me tell you how you got to look at things different. Remember the movie Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it was part 1 or 2, right? But remember how Janet Jackson told them to make the list?
Yeah.
You know how many people made lists
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Right? But what they didn't tell you in the movie, that was kind of a bad idea,
Yeah.
really, in the movie, is because you can make a list of positives and negatives, but what are the negatives?
And what is the weight of that
What is
one
the weight of that
negative?
one thing?
Yeah.
Like, so if you make a list and your positives is 15, 20 things,
Right.
and your negatives is 3,
Right.
and one of them is beating the shit out of you.
Ooh.
Right. That's 25 right there.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so that's the cool thing about a list. So the reverse is, I'm doing my own list. Oh, I do this. I listen. I talk to her. Sex is great. We go on dates. I do random gifting throughout the year, not just birthdays or Valentine's Day. I'm that nigga. I'm funny. I'm cool. She like me. Whatever. I got good friends, and I bring her around nice shit. And I'm not talking about money things, like-minded people.
Right.
There's different ways of being able to show you love someone,
Yeah.
as well as being able to show someone's true value.
Yeah.
Especially
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly,
How
right.
you value that person.
Yeah. So I did all that, but at the same time, I may have some chicks over here I was doing something with.
Oh,
So,
at least you be honest about it.
well, now.
Okay.
No,
So,
yeah.
and you said this past year was the first time it really clicked for you like that, and when you
Yeah.
made that breakthrough.
Yeah, last year, a very dark time for me. I remember I talked to K. Cola about it. I got caught cheating. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's exactly what it was. I got caught cheating. The whole go through the phone, even with the Face ID thing. And,
What?
Wait, do it shit
Yeah.
like
Damn.
You was
I
asleep?
need to talk to her.
when they say, what black women magic, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
when they
we
say
got
that,
the magic.
it works all ways. So, and you know what's weird about that too is, so she goes through my phone, and in typical guy fashion, you want to say, "Well, how'd you get my phone?"
Yeah.
But
Right.
that's not the point here.
Right. Like,
You know what I mean? But
why'd you
still
look at
wanna
all
know.
the bad shit I was doing that I shouldn't have been doing?
Why did you
Damn.
find out about all
right.
the
Find out
fucking
about
dirt?
Yeah, seriously, and it literally cut to the core. She woke me up. She woke me up out of bed, and I seen her sitting up and looking at me. And the first thing she said, I'll never forget the look, how I felt. It was horrible. I never felt anything like that before. She looked at me, and all she said was, "You really ain't shit."
It's like being told you're disappointed, like someone that you love is disappointed in you. I feel like that's the worst thing someone
Man,
can say to you.
that's exactly what it was. Because in your mind,
Yeah.
you're dealing with so many things. Wait a minute, I'm really not shit. I'm not. And how do I ever get her to change that thought about me? Because I can't lose her. I mean, it's too late to realize that now because you're going through it. You know what she's gonna do now, right? And I felt like it was over. And I did all things. I begged, literally, not like finesse or cool way. No,
Yeah.
baby, please don't go.
Like Cry in the Rain.
Like
Move
literally,
Off.
like
Yeah.
right, like R&B cover band.
Yeah.
Like it literally was that. And yeah, I was faced with that. So it was the thing of, okay, you're about to lose your life essentially, my air gone. And how do I fix it? Because you did the do already, and she knows you're not shit. The only inkling of chance you got is she really love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can't finesse your way out of this one because I would be doing a disservice to myself because I need her to be the woman that she is when it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't have her be the scorned woman who doesn't trust you, doesn't love you anymore, or the love is fading away. Nobody wants that. You know what I mean? And she doesn't want that for herself.
I love that you said that because it's like so many men or just people in general will hurt the person and then scold them for being scorned.
Very true.
And it's like, fuck.
Like you did it.
I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't be feeling these feelings. I wouldn't, I put you on a pedestal. I put you up here.
Yeah.
You took yourself down. I didn't take you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm wondering though, like, I love that you're saying there's such a maturity about everything you're saying, and it's so rare because
really tap on it too, though.
most of the time guys are not saying things like, oh, I want my baby back, or oh, I can't lose my heir. Like, they don't even look at us in that valuable sense.
Right.
They don't, and I feel that the toxic masculinity has been part of the reason that they don't value. It's just like, oh, their friends will be like, oh, just get another bitch. There's hella girls out there.
Well,
or, you know, just focus on your money. Get your money, nigga. Like, fuck her. Like, she didn't forgive you. Fuck her. Like,
right. Now that usually comes from the outside bullshit, right? But a lot of times I can't put a number on it, but guys usually, when they get to that point, it's usually a lot of begging and crying. Now, I may be one of the few guys who may say it on the interview or say it out loud, right? Because it happened, right? I'm not embarrassed about it. I just go get mine, right? But I think a lot of women around here, they know what's up. The dude's begging and crying for them and pleading for them to come back and hopefully try to make it right. It happens a lot, dudes.
I have a question though. To touch back on what you said about maturity, do you think it's more of a maturity thing, or it's literally like you just don't want to lose what you comfortably have? Because I feel like with your situation, you had to literally go through a full cycle of growth.
Yeah.
To really look at yourself and dissect the entire situation.
So exactly, both of them things. So it was me coming to grips on I don't want to lose her.
Okay.
But I had to be at a certain point in my life to know what I actually want in life.
Yeah.
Because you're still juggling, you playing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm still playing with chicks over here doing shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
The coldest part, I mean, it doesn't help me now at all, and she knows this. The coldest part is everything she called me for. Like, let me see. If she literally, I'm gonna try to give you a number.
Okay.
Like when it comes to text messages, DMs, and pictures.
Oh my God.
Right.
He said, oh my God.
Right, yeah.
I'm not ready.
I gotta try to give you a number. I gotta try to give you a
I'm
number. So, I don't know how people look at it a lot or not. It's a lot for her, for sure. And for me, it was terrible. But it had to be at least 20, more than 20 girls.
Is that the real number, or is it the number times 3?
No.
No.
So I, in my head,
Okay.
like in my head, I'm talking about 20 around about with like maybe 10 I actually know in real life. The other 10 or so plus, I'm just playing around DMs, somebody DM me, somebody,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Giving attention because you want
I'm
attention.
entertaining.
Yeah.
You can't entertain.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's a big number.
It's probably more than that, and I'm saying that because I'm saying to myself, like, dude, do you know 20 girls that you were actually conversing with back and forth with? And I'm like, well, it was a lot, because she went through. See, the thing is too, dudes and nigga shit. That's what it was. I didn't delete nothing.
Oh,
So
he was messy.
It was a history. Yeah, it was totally. I would have got caught if I was all the way messy, because there was no way to get caught. But I needed to get caught. It had to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
It had to happen.
That we get caught for a reason, and there's a lesson in that. You can't just go around doing this shit to people, and
You
you
can't.
can't do it to yourself.
You can't.
Well, I mean, I think also, like, so for me, like, I cheated when I was married, but I didn't get caught. I just told her because I felt bad. But I think really it's like that. It's probably different for everyone too. But like going through that experience of like just, we all have our own ways. Like for you, it was like, oh shit, I don't want to lose this person that I actually love more than I loved anyone else. For me, it was this thing of like, man, I'm just really like living this fake life. Like, why am I even doing this? You know?
Yeah.
But I think like having that kind of like that realization moment where you can look at yourself in a different way, and it's like an out-of-body experience where you look down at yourself, you're like, who the fuck is this person, and like, how do I grow from this?
Bro, and I'm sure you have, because that sound like that's what you were doing before you told her.
Right.
I would look at her and I'd be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Talk to myself.
Yeah.
Like,
You obviously really love her.
I would.
A lot of guys.
I burned all this shit down for her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like that.
it really was like, yo, two things. Now this might go into another conversation, and I don't want to make this about the whole thing about my relationship, but this is some toxic shit.
No, but it's like these are healthy points. So.
Yeah.
So, couple things. In that, knowing who she was and looking at her, it was like, yo, not only do she first of all, she just doesn't deserve this at all, because she's giving you her everything.
Yeah.
And she only has a piece of you.
Yeah.
And she don't even know it, and she just found out.
Yeah.
So now she's like, who is this nigga
That's the biggest
I've been
thing.
with, right.
Who are you?
Who are you?
That is so scary to not know your person
Yeah.
or be like, I've been sleeping next to, letting this person in my body, giving everything. They know everything about me and I didn't know you.
And because the reality is, so when you look through, when you read text and you read sexting and you see these pictures, right? You're like, first of all, you're hearing language that you've never heard.
Right.
Not that she don't know you maybe in the bedroom kind of way.
Right.
But you talk to people different outside, which is another conversation, outside the relationship. Right. So now she's seeing you in a light like, who are you? And this person is filthy.
Yes, I get that.
So now she's brokenhearted, and now she's disgusted.
Yes.
By you. The look
Yep.
she gave me, I'll never forget. I leaned up in bed, and I looked at her, and she said, "You really ain't shit." It was so much disgust in her face, I couldn't even say nothing. I knew what was wrong.
Can I ask you a question? Because you know what I went through and like something similar. Instead of him going your route, he was like, well, you look at me so disgusting anyway, I shouldn't even try. Like, I don't even want to like, why should I try to fight for something when you look at me so lowly? And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like,
that's like a pity shit.
That's a direct
like, try to
reflection
get pity or something.
There's a couple of, I'm gonna keep it real too. There's a couple of things with that.
Yeah.
Yes, pity thing, and that's definitely an option. Manipulation thing, right? One of the harsh realities to face, which is not really your reality, but this is the option, is sometimes niggas he left already. He's gone.
He checked out.
So why would I fight for something I didn't want?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to swallow.
Yeah.
But you have to know who you are. I know who you are, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to post that craze for me to send you affirmations of how dope of a woman you are.
Yeah.
Right? You get all these messages. I see people sending you things because we know there's no way he didn't know that.
Yeah.
Problem is that people are dealing with themselves, and like we talked about being a lower vibration.
Yeah.
Acting in that mode.
Yeah.
So you can't see clearly.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's funny how all it comes to clarity when you pop up with a nigga.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, oh shit, she was dope, and she got this, and she does this, and that's the mother of my child, right?
Yeah.
But she been that.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
I have a question for this question for you as well, but kind of everyone. Did you, after she looked at you with disgust, did you look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Who am I? I don't recognize this person."
See, now I didn't say who am I.
Okay.
I knew who I was.
Okay.
She just didn't know yet.
Okay.
Now I had to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
It's like we robbing banks, and we rob 10, 15 banks. We rich as hell. We get big ass houses all out here. We all got all these things, right? Mm-hmm. We know we robbing banks. We know we can't get caught. The next bank we rob, boom, we get caught. Now we facing 25 years.
Yeah.
I can't act surprised at this point.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what I was doing. And I'm like, damn,
No.
I'm about to
You
get
knew the
25
risk.
years for this shit,
Oh,
right?
shit.
You knew the
Okay.
risk. So I knew the risk. What I thought was, honestly, okay, first, oh my God, I hope she don't leave me.
Okay.
The second thing is, if she don't, how do I fix
How do I get it back?
Yeah. How you get it back to where it was?
Gotta fix it.
Yeah.
I have to fix it.
Yeah.
And it can't be an inkling of anything that I am that guy.
Yeah.
And that's a process because mistakes and little things happen. And I don't mean like I go have sex with some girl. I mean like a girl that doesn't know you got caught yet, and here come a text come through.
She hits you.
Or a phone call, and you
Yeah.
like, oh shit. Like,
I never
run
told
into
them
somebody.
or you run into somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing, I never lied about, I always had a girlfriend. I never lied about that. It doesn't make me a good guy. I'm just saying.
That's another topic too.
But-
Like people being okay with, okay, that's fine. You have a girlfriend. I'll be the side. Like
It's the cool shit. People want to be too cool.
Yeah.
That's a part of the toxic masculinity where men don't understand how that's an issue.
Yeah.
Like you're playing with other people's lives.
Yes.
Like you're playing with
That's
people.
literally what
And
I've said before.
it's
I'm
not
like,
cool.
you're playing with my whole life. This is my life,
Wait.
the way I perceive things.
With what you went through, let's
Yeah.
take it all the way to max the other side of it, negative, right?
Yeah.
With what you went through, you could have literally been a Tyler Perry movie. You could have
Yes.
literally was like, you know what? I'm killing everything everything in the building where he at.
Yeah.
Everything got died.
Yeah.
Literally, because I've seen friends and homies in jail right now for snapping.
Yeah.
like
And
Angela Bassett in Waiting
like,
to Tell.
no, worse, murder.
Ooh. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
It could-
You got
yes.
to that point, Kay?
Well, you know,
No, he's saying the way I handled
It
it.
could've been.
It
Oh,
could
okay,
have
okay,
been
okay.
It
that,
could've- it
but
could-
I
it could've
did
been
it,
a point,
and
you
I
know?
get chastised even to this day because, like, sometimes I'll get in my feelings and I'll say certain things to him, or I'll, we'll get in the heat of an argument and we'll go back and forth, call each other names, and it's like, overall, I've handled myself really well for what the fuck I just went through.
Yeah.
And
It's been really bad.
Really bad. And to me, the toxic masculinity is that no one ever taught him to be fully accountable, deal with the consequences, and whether we're gonna be together or not, how to be a man who calmly smooths things over and deals with the repercussions, basically, of the fuck shit that he did.
Well, and actually grow from it and change,
grow.
not just talk like, I'm
grow.
sorry, I know I shouldn't have done that, but like, how are you going to change your actions?
Because the apologies don't mean anything without the action changing. Also, women, we're pretty forgiving. If you show us a complete 360, you know what I'm saying? We'll we want to believe that you're better.
Yeah.
Most of the time we do. We actually come into situations naive. We come into situations thinking the best, and I think that's why we get so disappointed.
Well, I think it's because your emotional maturity is almost always way more advanced than us, and that's why sometimes it takes us longer, and it's not an excuse, but like
it does take
but
you guys longer,
and it's different for every person too.
It is,
and on your life circumstances.
And another thing with that too, man, is now this is the ugly part. It's just my crazy opinion, right? So men are are wired different.
Right.
That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
It's just science.
Yeah.
But also when dealing with your mate, we have this kind of like a urge for things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And and that urge is almost primal. It's almost it's deep. Like, and I told, so to explain this, I'm gonna jump, right? So my girl forgave me, I think the 2 days later.
Okay.
Which is a testament again to who are you, because this is how dope she is. Because she needed time to talk. She didn't say anything to me for 2 days, but she didn't want me to leave the house, but she didn't talk to me for 2 days. And then one day she called me in the kitchen. She washed the dishes. She said, I want to say I love you and I forgive you.
Okay.
Wow.
And
I respect.
That's very respectable.
And I was just like, I don't deserve you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, because I just don't. You know what I mean? I don't. I feel blessed, but I really don't. You know what I mean? And after that happened, we had a conversation about how men and women get down. Not literally everyone, but for the most part, a lot of men get down. How I was getting down. So, and this is the point I was making earlier. So, my urges are what they are. My girl knows this. She knows this now because we've had maybe one of the most realest conversations we had. I've been with her almost a decade now. Okay. We had one of the most realest conversations I had ever in our relationship. Yeah. And that was about our sexual desires. Okay. Yeah. And it was a time, a very scary time though, where very scary time where, I had to say, because she had to ask me. She said, "Look, I've seen all these things. Yeah. I know it's a couple of these chicks. Yeah. Because I remember names and faces being around certain places. So some of them are repetitive. Don't lie. I know, right? Yeah. And she said, "Do you love them?" No. And I said, "No, I don't." And she said, "Okay, you obviously got some things going on. We need to talk about it." So that was the platform to be like, "Look, you're already in the doghouse." Yeah. Like, and
just be honest with your desires.
Yeah, just be honest with my desires.
Do you think? Sorry to cut you off, but do you think that if you would have done that in the beginning, you would have been able to?
Totally.
Yeah. So
1,000%. Okay. Which is another hard thing I learned was when women tell you, because I used to fight that. Women tell you, be honest. Yes. Tell me what you don't know what I'm cool with. Yes. You don't know what I would allow you to do or whatever.
It's like in relationships, you gotta talk about things. Because people, I feel like so many relationships break up because people don't talk about.
People are fucking hiding skeletons in their closet about who they really are.
Everyone has.
When it's like, fuck you. Okay, you like threesomes. I may like threesomes. You want to
Yeah, you
fuck
won't
a
know
bitch.
until you say
I might
something.
be tired and want you to fuck the bitch because I'm feel like I'm stressed the fuck out. But how do you even know I'm with all that shit if you don't